Climate change is one of today's top international issues. Fossil fuels, coal, oil and natural gas are by far the most significant cause of global climate change, accounting for more than 75% of global greenhouse gas emissions and nearly 90% of all carbon dioxide emissions. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions alone is not enough to address the problem of global climate change. Extreme weather events caused by climate change are becoming more frequent. Greek tourist attraction goes up in flames, Spain's drought worries are repaid tenfold, Canada's forests burn for 5 months, fueled by dry vegetation, severe flooding in Pakistan, Japan, Korea, Brazil and other countries. This requires countries, especially in urban areas, to develop more climate adaptation measures. According to the United Nations Emissions Gap Report, global greenhouse gas emissions increased by 1.2% between 2021 and 2022, reaching 574 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent. The report shows that since COP26 in Glasgow, UK, in 2021, the latest national commitments have had a negligible impact on projected 2030 emissions, and that we are still far from the Paris Agreement's goal of limiting global warming to, well below 2 degrees Celsius, preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius. Current policies suggest a temperature rise of 2.8 degrees Celsius by the end of the century, and implementation of current commitments would only reduce the end-of-century temperature rise to 2.4 to 2.6 degrees Celsius for both conditional and unconditional commitments. The report finds that only an urgent system-wide transformation can achieve the huge reductions needed to limit greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, compared to projections based on current policies. 42% of the emission reduction effort would be needed to achieve a 1.5 degrees Celsius target, and 28% to achieve a 2 degrees Celsius target. A growing body of scientific evidence suggests that the core objectives of the 2015 Paris Agreement are, in fact, no longer achievable. Speaking of climate change, it would be meaningful to review back the history of the Earth development. From the time of its creation, the Earth on which we live has gone through phases of prolonged heat and prolonged cold. The periodic global temperature drops created vast expanses of ice at the North and South poles, after which ice slowly began to cover the Earth's continents towards the equator. This period is what we call the Ice Age. 3 major ice ages in Earth's history are currently recorded, but there has been no unity of scholarly opinion on the 4th major ice age. Perhaps the Earth is currently in the formative years of the 4th Great Ice Age, or the Great Ice Age is over. The Earth travels in a very regular way, rotating on its own axis of rotation and revolving around the Sun. But this pattern is not static. Over time, the Earth's tilt, its orbital position, and its wobble all change slightly. Small and regular adjustments in the Earth's angle relative to the Sun affect the amount of solar radiation or insolation reaching the Earth. Even a change in tilt of 1 or 2 degrees is enough to change the amount of energy from the Sun that hits the Earth. When less energy comes from the Sun, it means a cooler Earth. Over the past few million years, the Earth's carbon dioxide levels have stabilized and no additional significant amounts of carbon dioxide have been released into the atmosphere. But whether we are now breaking this regular cyclical cycle, we currently know almost nothing. Compared to the Earth, to the entire galaxy, human existence is too small. The extent to which human activities are actually affecting the Earth, we're not sure. Climate change, maybe it's a natural part of how the Earth works. However, the current higher temperatures than pre-industrial, carbon dioxide emissions must be one of the reasons. It's our responsibility to do the best to protect our environment and planet. Even if it's just a small part of the effort,